Six-figure guy. Is what I'm realizing.
And ma'am, and that's my point. You ladies all feel like, listen.
She said, honestly, I want a six-figure guy.
You ladies all feel like you're the exception to the rule. And then when someone like myself comes along and gives you a dose of reality, instead of just accepting it, it's like, yeah, but I'm special. You don't know any men on this level that are not your father, that aren't related to you. That means you don't know these men. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas. I'm trying to be polite, man, but they don't want those.
Can I ask you a question?
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Why is that so? Okay, go ahead.
Why is it so?
Go ahead.
From my point of view, I feel like I get what you're saying. They do have better options, but also those better options are younger girls. Those younger girls don't necessarily 20-year-olds are not necessarily attracted to 45-year-olds.
Bullshit. I'm 51 and I can't beat them off with a stick. That's another one of you lies. No, younger women are attracted to older men. What are you talking about?
So can you see me?
So instead of her conversing to the issues that she have, being a middle-aged baby mama, being a baby mama, et cetera, she got to go talk down about the competition.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So do you feel like a woman like me?
Uh-huh. What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
I honestly want to...
Someone like myself comes along and gives you... Why is it so? Go ahead.
From my point of view, I feel like I get what you're saying. They do have better options, but also those better options are younger girls. Those younger girls don't necessarily 20-year-olds are not necessarily attracted to 45-year-olds.
Bullshit. I'm 51 and I can't beat them off with a stick. That's another one of you lies. No, younger women to the older men. What are you talking about?
Can you see?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so you like me.
Uh-huh. What would yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
Myself?
Just your face.
My face when I went 5, but when I put myself together 6.
Okay. How tall are you?
5'5".
Dress size.
I'm sorry?
Your dress size.
Okay.
Okay. So that makes you, if you get a 5, average.
Yes.
So average looking women tend not to get high earning men. They tend to get rich men. Did you, I mean, stop right there, breathe and digest. You're 5 years old and you look around and see the world.
Doing that?
You don't tend to see higher earning men with average looking women. Off rip. If you do see them, they got their average looking woman when they were both really young and he built his way up. But a man earning the kind of money you're talking about does not go for an average looking woman.
I mean, my body is not average, so.
But you please don't make me say it.
Say what?
My body is not average.
I really just wanted some advice. I love your.
I'm giving you advice, but you're not taking it. The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
I'm taking it in, but.
Okay, but you're not accepting the fact that. Okay. Average looking woman who's older Average looking older woman with a 13-year-old son. Average looking woman with a 13-year-old son with a sketchy baby daddy.
Which means you was reckless giving out
This
the
gets
coochie.
worse every time I say something. And now you're asking for a man who's in the top 10% of men. You don't qualify for one. And you're making, I mean, I don't want to have to go there, but when you put in all these other factors, why can't you just get a man that's an average guy?
Sometimes I feel like in order to fully submit, I have to feel like he's in.
Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, man. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone. What you want to, straight up, because you think you're better than the men that you qualify for. And the only reason, honestly, man, that I can see a woman like yourself really thinking you deserve more is because you earn more money than most people around you in North Carolina. But if your ass worked at the post office, you would not think so highly of your opportunities. And that's the reality. Men don't care about your money. Not the kind of men that you want. We don't care about your money.
Only booty out niggas and niggas that just got out of jail.
We care about the fact that you are older and you got kids. And you're average. And your reality of your life has showed you that. You don't have the kind of men that you want knocking on your door trying to find you. See, what we've done in this country, this world, is we've told women like yourself that you can have it all, and you got a Prince Charming who's 6 feet tall, 6-figure income, jawline, all this other kind of stuff. And I'm sorry, man. No. Most people get average people, especially average people. You're an average person. I mean, let's be real. You're not running Microsoft. You got a pet grooming business. You've been making 6 figures for the last 3 years. Okay. But if I looked at you and I took all that off of you, all the eyelashes and all the hair, what do you look like under there?
The same.
I mean, I look the same.
No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
I look the same.
No, you don't. You don't look the same because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
So, what is your advice for women that?
All right, I'll tell you my advice, man, because you're not listening to me. This is why I always recommend you need therapy. Because you seem like a sweet woman, but you're not getting it.
You're being so mean.
I'm not being. Don't tell me I'm being mean.
I said get an average man. I'm 5 times. To be mean.
I get tired of you broads telling me I'm being mean because you cannot handle the goddamn truth. You called my show on a day that you ain't even supposed to be here, and I honored the call and sat here and tried to help you, and I'm telling me I'm being mean. Get the fuck out of my phone.
Well. What's up, y'all? Good morning. I wanted to open up the show with that. Doing this thing from home. I'm going to talk to you guys about testosterone. And the reason why I want to talk to you guys about testosterone is because testosterone is logical. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. I just gave you an example of what you deal with when your protocol about your day-to-day is from the perspective of testosterone at all times. People, I look at all the women that I've tried to date in my life, and none of them got along with me. And they didn't get along with me because I am testosterone. And every last one of them acted delusional like that one right there. Even so much as I tried to date even that clown across the street. Delusional to think that I told this individual everything in my life is associated with 2 words, that is the best. And I get some quirky, unlogical perspective about relationships So I need y'all to follow me. I'm going to talk to you guys about testosterone. And I looked at all the women in my life that I tried to date, and I realized something. All of them gave great to no good men. I gave great to good women to no avail. I realized that. I realized that what you know, I asked myself, what makes you hard to get along with women? What makes you so hard? Then somebody sent me with that over the weekend. And when I listened to it, I said, wow. Then I thought about all the individuals that I tried to date in my life, in my past, that failed. So I'm going to talk about testosterone, and I'm going to talk about logic. People, honestly, I was looking at Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. And one thing about when you watch Undisputed with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless gets real emotional. And then you, for those that watch it, you have no idea what that man is talking about. You say something about Tom Brady, you say something about the Dallas Cowboys, you say something in favor of Aaron Rodgers, you say something in favor of Patrick Mahomes, and Skip Bayless becomes very, very emotional. Start attacking Shannon Sharp. You're a Hall of Famer. You tell me. And then, Skip Bayless, when he gets all emotional, what he said today when I was listening to it and damn near crashed, Skip Bayless said that the quarterback that the Philadelphia Eagles started almost won the game. Therefore, he's good. So Shannon Sharp said he lost. And then Skip Bayless started naming off some things, and he said, Shannon Sharp said, Skip, I didn't know almost winning counted as a win. And Skip Bayless just said, well, you tell me. No, you tell me. And Skip Bayless just got all emotional. And I just said, damn, Skip Bayless is not logical. So I want to talk about logical. I want to talk about that. What's going on, Dave? Dave says, good afternoon, Chris. Good morning to you. Good afternoon, actually. He says, good afternoon, Chris. YouTube took down my video Saturday morning after I got a letter from YouTube about Kumo. Oh, threatens Trump with legal action if COVID-19 vaccine plan isn't equal for all. Of course they did. What's going on, Edmund? And gave you a strike for violating the community guidelines. Yeah, you can't say nothing about that. You got to understand YouTube, Facebook, and YouTube. They're not allowing anybody to talk. So, with me, I'm sticking to routine, so I'm staying under their radar. What's going on, Edmund Watts? You disgusted bastard. What's going on, homie, man? So I'm going to talk about logic. Talking about logic. People, if I told you that I would go to my grave alone because I believe in what I believe in, would you? Would you go to your grave alone believing in what you believe in? Would you? So let me tell you what I believe in. I believe that men are logical. I believe that men should be the leaders. I believe that if you're talking to somebody and they're saying the same thing over and over again, you should say, enough. We talked about that already without them getting an attitude. But when they're emotional, they're going to talk in loops and talk in loops and talk. And then when you say, we talked about that already, you're going to get a bigger abundance of more attitude. I'm going to say, well, we need to end this conversation because the next thing you say to me, I'm going to hurt your feelings. I believe in emotional needs to stay contained because There's a term that says emotions run high. There is not a term that says logical runs high. It doesn't say that. The term is emotions run high. All right, I need y'all to follow me. So what I just asked, I just said, I will go to my grave alone for what I believe in with you. So now let me break this down. People, like a dummy, I fought a woman for 11 and a half years, and I wouldn't do it again. But would you fight for your child? Would you go to your grave fighting for your child? Some of you would. That's a noble thing. As a matter of fact, that's what you're supposed to do. But when I listen to the individuals that I tried to date in my past, and I say, so let me make sure I understand you correct. When you met him, he didn't have a job. He had nothing going for himself. And y'all was in a 3-year relationship? Then they say, yeah, but I wouldn't do that again. But you did it before. You see, I'm logical now. We're talking about testosterone. We're talking about logic because the version of testosterone that I have, you best to just, you know what? Just fucking walk away from me. Because the testosterone level that I have, I sniff out animosity. I sniff it out. I sniff out animosity. I sniff out attitude. I detect change. And then when I detect change, I'm going to give it a couple of hours. I used to give it a day. And then I'm going to start backing up. And then when I'm asked why am I backing up, the cocky going to come out. You know why? Because I'm logical. People, I tell my lady, I tell everybody, I don't do animosity. I don't do animosity. I don't do animosity. I don't. My mom was the last person that got off a full-scale onslaught of animosity on me. My mom was the last one. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Come on, stop fucking with me. My mom was the last one that got off a full onslaught of animosity on me last year in May. She was the last one. Haven't spoken to her since. People, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy because I'm logical. And the thing about me is, I tell y'all this all the time. You can run back all my videos. July 10th, 2009. Yeah, familiar date? July 10th, 2009. I woke up as the version of the person you see here today. See, I ain't like those individuals or anybody that says, I just got tired of doing that. No, I can give y'all a date. I can give y'all a date. And I can tell you, all the people that dealt with me, July 9th on back, dealt with a guy that didn't understand, you know what? I've been allowing a lot of attitude in my life. I've been allowing a lot of emotional nonsense and garbage in my life. And I woke up July 10th, 2009 and said, the only way to plug in with me, because if you plug something in to a 330 voltage and you're only supposed to be running off of a 110, you're going to blow it. As a matter of fact, the more you go up, the people that make it are smart enough to change the connectors so you can't plug a 110 current into a 215, a 110 into a 220, or a 110 into a 330. Now, I need y'all to follow me because I'm talking about testosterone. People, it's the reason why testosterone came under so much fire. They even came up with a name of it. It's called toxic masculinity. It's a reason for that. You're not supposed to be stern and firm. You're supposed to be negotiable. People, I don't negotiate. I don't negotiate. I sense everything. I sense change. I sense it. I'd rather you just leave me alone. We ain't playing the dumb games. I don't play these dumb games. I don't. Atia LaShawn Bradley was the last woman that I ever was in a relationship, and is going to be the last woman I ever going to be in a relationship that got full arm blown. And I only did it for my child. I love me to death. You know why I don't do animosity? You know why I don't do animosity? Because I'm logical. This is why I can I can have a confrontation with somebody and get past it. I don't have confrontations with people and then you're talking to them and you're noticing all this change, all this prep before questions, all this little nonsense. Oh, I'm just doing it. Oh, yeah. Talking about testosterone. People, let me tell you something. You dealt with a woman, you guys, you dealt with women. If you dealt with a woman and you noticed that they had a career of dealing with no good, and then if you have the morals that I have and you notice that they seem to just change, you do something and everything is a blown out fucking code red, everything's a fucking blown out, everything's just bent all out, everything's just crazy.com. And then you sit back and you say, well, how are you coming up with this? And then you look back and see that they dealt with nothing but dumb motherfuckers on down. That person is quick to have and open up an animosity account. People, I don't do animosity. I make this known. And to stand firm on what I believe in, I asked y'all earlier, are you willing to go to your grave alone for what you believe in? I believe in peace and harmony. I don't believe in animosity. I believe that if you have animosity within you, don't go work on it. Leave me the fuck alone. Go work on it and check with me later. If I don't do animosity, I don't do it. Now, I want to be clear. You can check with the women that I've dealt with in my past. I am still the same concerning that. You can ask my mother, does he deal with animosity? She'll say, no, You can ask Atia Bradley and her daughter. This man stand firm on what the fuck he believe in. I tell y'all all the time, I believe in good. There's consistency when I talk. There's consistency. Black says the modern women has accepted this. I accepted the fact that I will not be a participant. I have accepted that I will not be a participant. Edmund Walsh of Disgusted Dash, he says, my family women folk just got their last onslaught off on me a couple of months ago. Now everyone's mad that I don't talk about them. I get it. Butterfield said masculinity is seriously under attack. Of course it is. That's why I'm an advocate for men. One day, you're going to meet a woman that's going to ride with you, that's going to see Sister Shalakemia and women like that will see that men are under attack. And this other sister, I can't remember her name, she said, instead of you doing this to a man, understand what he's been through. And that is what it is. People, I want peace in my fucking life. I want peace. I shouldn't have peace when I'm by myself. Animosity doesn't allow anyone to get past anything. If you're making changes, if you're saying, well, I won't do that no more, if you're saying things like that, you have animosity. I've learned not to talk to people about their issues no anymore. I'm too old for that. This is where we're at. Individuals don't know how to get past nothing no more. Everybody wants to have animosity. Everybody wants to get you back. I'm going to get you. I don't have animosity. Don't mistake the fact that I don't deal with those individuals for animosity. Because what I do is I explain to people how I am up front. What a Tia LaShawn Bradley can't do, what my mom can't do is say, the reason why I said this to you, my mom can't say that. The reason why I said this to you is because, nope, you'll get, I don't know why he's upset. I don't know why. Yeah, you got an animosity account on my ass. You may as well close it because you'll never get to make a withdrawal on that on my ass again. If you ask a Tia LaShawn Bradley, why did you do this to him? You'll get, you won't get an answer. Okay, I get it. That's the way you felt. But damn, 11 and a half years? When I sense change, I start backing up. You know why? Because what I was learned in the past is that's only a tip of the iceberg. You know the old perspective. I say it all the time. You know my perspective on the tip of the iceberg. That's the tip of the iceberg. See, when you see a little bit of something, that's that little piece that's above water. Below the surface, it's this big old thing. This is what took down the Titanic, not the little piece up top. The big one below is what took down the Titanic. Everybody is so intellectual when they want to make a point, but they're not intellectual on the forgive and forget. They want to be intellectual when they think they want to ask you things. They want to say things. Everybody want to do. Everybody want to do it. And then what they can't do, put the past and move on. No, everybody wants to open up an animosity account. I'd rather be by my fucking self. I'd rather be alone. And I will stand by that. I don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. I learned something, man. Let me tell you, I was talking to this guy this morning, and I was talking to him for about 40 minutes. And he asked me, what was the greatest thing? This is what this guy asked me. He said, what was the greatest thing you got out of the military? I said, my short time in the military took me around the world. It did, literally. And because of that, I have these views and perspectives. That's where they come from. You know, if you pick up your phone and you talk to somebody complaining and they like, cause I don't play that shit. And you like, yeah, I know. Yep, right. You need to change that person as a friend. I don't have nobody I talk to. Hey, what's up? Man, the mother effers just came and did this. Man, the mother effers change your friend. You don't need people. You know why I left McDonald's? Because of what my ears was hearing. I am super sensitive to what I expose myself to. If anybody want to say anything to me, I got references to every fucking way that I am. This isn't a pop-up. This shit ain't fucking personal. We're talking about testosterone. We're talking about logical. It is best executed with a beautiful perspective of estrogen by its side. Let's be clear. No, I'm not over here barking all this off. These are facts at 100%, but when I say them, they make me the hated one. I can take that. I can take that. Yeah, I can take that. But what I don't have on anybody I want to be clear. If I see Tia Sean Bradley and her daughter tomorrow, there is no animosity. If I see them, I would just look at them and be like, I already know how you felt about me because all the hate that I got for 11 and a half years and the animosity to confirm that. See, when a person isn't logical, that's where animosity and nothing is ever resolved when you're not logical. When you're not logical, nothing is ever resolved. I just learned that. Nothing is ever resolved. It's just an onslaught of adding to. It's connecting problems. It's just a train, a 30-car fucking train of fucking problems. When logical solves an issue, this is what Joy Green said, my former co-host. Men are problem solvers. Women are not. Women want to talk in things in circle. She said, what y'all women got to understand is when men talk, they talk because they want resolution. We don't do that. Amen to that.